Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man, is Devin Haney, is he fuming at the fact that Shakur Stevenson's getting that Wu-Tang Kareem $5 million guarantee? Let me tell y'all something. Devin Haney is sitting here looking at this, and this is my opinion, and he got to be a little bit like beside himself saying, damn, Eddie, what about me? Back in the day, I was the man, homie. Now you act like you don't know me. Let me tell y'all something. You see, Devin Haney's made good money, but he's never made a $5 million guarantee messing around with Eddie Hearn. And Devin Haney hasn't worked with Turki al-Sheikh. There were all kind of talks about him working with Turki al-Sheikh and going to Saudi. And this whole thing about, the Islam connection and all kind of shit. But let me tell you something. If you look at what they're doing with Eddie Hearn, not with Eddie Hearn, with Devin Haney, what you're doing with Shakur Stevenson, this tells you a lot. Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, is being fed to Joe Cordina. But Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, has a better chance of winning that fight, in my opinion, than Devin Haney has on beating Liam Paro. I still think Shakur Stevenson's in a super tough fight because Joe Cordina has Ben Davison. Ben Davison makes all the difference in the world. But what if you say, which fight's going to be more, who do you think, if I had to bet, say someone go chop off my foot and shit, have me like Kunta Kinte hopping around. Yo, you got to lose a foot here. Or you had to put money on somebody winning. I'd put money on Shakur winning, even with Cordina having Ben Davison, than I would Devin Haney going down to Australia and beating Liam Paro. Now, the thing with these guarantees, check this out. Now, Devin Haney, back in June 2nd, 2022, right? There was a report written by the Sporting News that said Haney made about $3 million for his fight against Linares. Okay, and then he made about $2 million against Gamboa. Now, that's 2022. That's significantly less than the $5 million guarantee that Shakur is about to make. Then it says here that Haney made against Kambosos in his fight, the first one, a guarantee of $2.8 million, which is still, about half of what he made, what Shakur's going to be making. And that $2.8 million was only 30% of the total fight purse. So that lets you know about the split Devin Haney received. Then it says Devin Haney, when he fought Regis Prograis, he made $4 million. So again, recently fought Regis Prograis and still wasn't able to quite crack the $5 million guarantee. Then there's all the talks about how much money he made with Ryan Garcia. No one really knows. But the rumors about the guarantees, I saw something saying like both of them got guarantees of like $1.5 million or something. And then it's going to be just looking at the back end and pay-per-view performances, which we still don't know what happened. Eddie Hearn came out and said basically that, look, Devin Haney doesn't sell. The pay-per-view numbers, what Devin Haney thought it was going to be, it wasn't that. It was exactly what Eddie Hearn told Devin it was going to be. So we still don't know if Devin made $35 million, $20 million. Like Ryan made $50 million. No, we don't know what they made. I'm pretty sure they did okay, but again, it comes back to the guarantees. Now, for Shakur Stevenson, he's getting a guarantee of $5 million right off the fucking rip. So you know what that means. Now, this whole Riyadh season card with him headlining, it's a pay-per-view event. Now, if it does decent, right? Let's just say Shakur Stevenson, that Riyadh season card, let's say it does $150,000. That's not too bad. That means Shakur Stevenson, that $5 million, he gonna make more. You know what I mean? And that's outstanding. And when I look at it, in my opinion, I think Devin got to be a little bit sour. because it's like, okay, I've been working with you, Eddie, for how long? And Shakur Stevenson just comes out here and all of a sudden y'all giving him that kind of money? And you guys couldn't take care of me like that? Now, my question is, who has more drawing power? Which one of them is more of a superstar? You know, I don't even know if I want to say Shakur Stevenson has more drawing power than Devin Haney. Devin Haney, no matter what we say here, right? If Devin Haney fights, we're going to tune in. If Shakur Stevenson fights, we'll tune in. But I think more people would tune in to watch Devin fight than they would to watch Shakur Stevenson fight. But at the end of the day, it looks to me, I think that Matchroom, Turkey Al-Sheikh, they're really looking at Shakur Stevenson and how over there on ESPN, viewer average peaked over $1 million. I mean, a million viewers, right? And I think they're looking at that saying, damn, if we can just get 20% of that, then we're onto something with Shakur Stevenson. In addition to that, you look at a stacked card, which I don't think is that great, but it's stacked. But I can't hate on it, you know. But I put it to this: it ain't the Crawford Majimov undercard. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that. But it's not bad. But at the end of the day, I am sure Devin Haney, when he's watching this, he's saying, okay, Shakur Stevenson's about to go fight Cordina. You know Devin Haney, he's not going to give Cordina any credit. He's going to look at Cordina, 130-pounder coming up to 135, just got knocked out. And now he's going to say they're just giving Shakur Stevenson an easy win. But I think he needs to be careful what he's talking about, because Ben Davison is now working with Cordina. That means that's a slap in Ben Davison's face if he's saying Cordina is going to be an easy win for Shakur, especially since Ben Davison had everything to do with what's his name, Devin Haney's win over Regis Prograis. Okay, they did not use Ben Davison for Ryan Garcia. See, and this is a thing that I like to highlight. You can see when a fighter performs differently, depending on the trainer they have helping them or not helping them. It's just like with Teofimo not having Gamache for Kambosos, but he had him for Lomachenko and Comey. Devin Haney having Davison for Regis, but not having him for Ryan. That stuff matters. But I think for Devin Haney, right, he also got to be careful crapping on Joe Cordina, talking about he's coming off of a loss and knockouts and stuff. Because really that fight with Ryan Garcia, doesn't matter what anyone thinks about Ryan. We know the dude is out there, right? And he should not be given a pass for anything, nothing. But Ryan beat the shit out of Devin. And Ryan, they should have stopped that fight. Devin got beat down in that fight. Okay? Listen, I'm not here to talk about all that other crap. So Devin has to be careful saying someone's being hand-fed an easy opponent based on how the opponent looked in their last fight. Because if you look at Devin, how he looked in his last fight, let me tell y'all something. This 90% of the people who talk about this Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia crap, they feel like, Austrian or no Austrian, Devin fought poorly. Devin sucked in the ring. So they're saying even without the Austrian, Devin just looked shitty. So based on his last performance, Devin may be actually being fed to par for an easy win. So I think Devin needs to be careful if he was to go that route and just try to poke Shakur Stevenson in the eye for fighting Joe Cordina. But at the end of the day, if you ask me, right, this is my opinion, and that's what we do on this channel. We just have conversation. I ain't saying I'm right or wrong, but it's goddamn it, I be getting them right most of the time. I think Eddie Hearn is saying to himself, okay, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, which fighter should I really get behind? I love to work with both of them. They're both stars. If they both can keep winning, I'd like to have them both over here on Matchroom. Right? Eddie Hearn ain't dumb. But if they ask Eddie Hearn, look, you got to put all of your money behind one of these fighters. If not, we're going to chop off your foot like a hood champion. You'll be hopping around like Kunta Kinte. Which fighter would you put your money behind? I'm willing to bet you Eddie Hearn put his money behind Shakur Stevenson. There's something about seeing Devin Haney get hit the way he got hit by Ryan Garcia. For his equilibrium to go off and for him to start dancing salsa in the ring. Not that crazy ass dance he's doing on top of cars and on top of dressers and in shoe stores. Not that goddamn Michael Jackson Thriller dance and shit. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm talking about that when the Suavemente come on in the background and shit. That Jerry Rivera come on and when you get hit and the equilibrium goes off. That shit. Something about seeing Devin Haney get hit and hurt within the first 30 seconds of that first round and repeatedly, man, just get blasted by Ryan Garcia. That affected the way Eddie Hearn views Devin. That affected the perception, everyone's perception of Devin Haney. Great fighter, fast, good jab, heart out of this world, but his chin is paper thin. Man got a little MC Light in him and shit. So that being said, let's see how things go. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to go Kunta Kinte on this one. Lose a foot and hop around, and say that this time next year, Shakur will be moving up the ladder, and Devin will be kind of moving laterally. I think this fight against Paro is going to be the deciding factor on if Devin continues to ascend back to the top of boxing, or if he's just going to become a guy that becomes like a gatekeeper, a big name, and may have some lateral accomplishments, but he'll never get back to that elite level. And I'm just being real with you, because he fights Paro. Let me tell y'all something. Paro, people want to shit on Paro because he's from Australia. Paro can scrap, man. Right now, that guy Montana Love. If Devin Haney and Montana Love, who's the better fighter? Devin Haney, hands down. Okay, but to see Montana Love get knocked out like that, I was taken aback a little bit. To see Montana Love come out here, to see Liam Paro come out here against Suber Matias. And obviously it was something Paro was doing that made Suber Matias not let his hands go as much as he wanted to do. There's a reason why Matias wasn't letting his hands go as much. That means there's a little something special about Paro. And I think Paro's southpaw, right? But when Paro gets in there with Devin Haney, I think Ryan Garcia has already tenderized and softened him up and seasoned him up, and then you're going to have a little Aussie BBQ going on. They're going to have a little Aussie barbecue. And I think Liam Paro has a good chance on avenging the loss of his fellow countryman, Kambosos, and not just beating Devin Haney, but knocking him out. And I pay attention, watch a lot of the comments. Bullshit, ain't no Australian gonna beat Devin. Paro sucks, Paro this, Paro that. Yeah, all right, that's what y'all was saying about Ryan Garcia, bozos. Take the emotion out of it and understand. It's like me. If I go out here and get hit by a car and both of my legs, right, the femurs in my legs are broken, clear, bone, broke, separated, right, clean break. And then I take time to go through physical therapy and got the cast on me. My legs stiff as mannequin legs and shit, looking crazy. And then I finally get my legs back to where, okay, I can walk around and move around, right? Then I decide to go and get the marathons and start running and jogging. It's probably likely that there may not be any signs of injury, but them legs will never be 100%. You know what I'm saying? There may be some things that I can still do, but there's some things I ain't gonna be able to do. Like jumping out of a goddamn airplane. And I think with Devin Haney, this fight they got with him going up against Liam Parle, that's the equivalent of a guy who had 2 clean breaks in his femurs. It took a year to heal to now come back and think he's gonna jump out of a goddamn airplane like he's fucking Commando Joe. It just doesn't work like that. He ain't a goddamn paratrooper. But let's see. Hey, Hood Champion could be wrong. But I think outside the box. One last thing before I jump off of here and go my ass to bed because I'm tired. I gotta wake up and run that goddamn hill tomorrow morning. That shit's become like my best friend, you know. But I think really Devin Haney, I'm rooting for Devin Haney a lot because even though I don't like the language he and his dad use all the time, I don't like that. Like, that's just me, you know. But it's more than just the language. I ain't gonna get into all that, but it's something that kind of hits me at my core to see him and his pops and this. But I ain't gonna get into that. Y'all don't need to know about that shit. But I do think when it comes to his dad did a good job, a great job, right? Being the builder for Devin Haney's career. And to ensure he got Devin Haney to this part. He was the project manager. Okay, I need to call, we got this construction project, his son, to make him a champion. I need to get these experts from over here in DC to come over here and help establish a foundation. I need these guys to come in, man, and see who's gonna do the plumbing, and these guys gonna be the electricians, these guys gonna do the drywall, these guys gonna do the framing, these are guys gonna do the roofing, AC, everything, you know what I'm saying? So what he did is he outsourced a lot of different trainers, a lot of expertise to come and help him build his son into what his son is. But the thing is, right, when you do that, Bill Haney has the brain to get it done, but with using other people, but he can't do it himself because he's never been in the goddamn ring. He can only take Devin so far when shit gets real. For that reason, I think Devin Haney is in a horrible, horrible space. I don't know if they're going to be able to uproot Ben Davison. Because Shakur Stevenson's fighting in September, October. When is he fighting? In October? I can't remember. September? I hope he turned that quick. I can't remember when it is, man. I don't even feel like looking this shit up. I could pull it. Hold on a second, I'm bugging. I got the shit right here. I'll tell you right now. It's driving me crazy, man. Okay. October 12th. So, Devin fights in December. Okay, so there is a chance. I know there ain't no chance. Because Ben Davison going to be working with Anthony Joshua. So I don't think Ben Davison is going to be able. He's working with Joe Cordina for Shakur. I don't think he's going to be able to work with Devin for Parle, knowing Anthony Joshua has a scrap with Dubois. Very interesting. But that being said, it could be all on Bill Haney. And it's just like for Teofimo Lopez having his dad in the corner. When it's all on his dad, he doesn't look that good. They need help. They've done a great job getting the sons to a certain point, but they need that help. And getting their sons to the point they got them to, they didn't do it themselves. They ain't Roger Mayweather. You know, even Freddie Roach. They ain't Freddie Roach. They ain't Ronnie Shields. Even Derrick James. They ain't Derrick James. Even Bomac. They ain't Bomac. Even you got this guy, he ain't famous like that as a trainer, but he's earning his recognition from the interviews he's doing with Greg Hackett. They ain't Greg Hackett. You guys have been there and done that. It don't matter if they have winning records or not. They've been there and done that. And I'm not saying you have to be have to have fought to be an elite trainer. I'm not saying that. But I think it sure as hell helps when you see certain things going on in that goddamn ring because you've been there and done that. I don't care if you had 10 amateur fights, you fought in 10 smokers. It doesn't matter. If you've been in those situations a couple of times and you figured out how to avert those situations, man, you have experience. And I just don't think Devin Haney's dad has the experience required to get Devin through tough spots. And when they go out there to Australia, I've already talked about this. I just think all the odds are against him. And it's going to be crazy. But that being said, I don't know what kind of money Devin's going to make as the challenger in Australia. Doesn't sound like it's a Turkey al-Sheikh type fight card. But I'm curious to know what Devin Haney's going to make for that fight. He may have accepted another one of them 70-30 deals. Maybe he gets a little bit more now because they know who he is. And really, he didn't technically lose against Ryan Garcia since the loss was reversed, but just curious to see how it goes. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Shakur Stevenson getting a guarantee of $5 million. Must be nice, boy. Must be nice. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. All 7 continents. We're going to see if this $5 million is just the beginning of future big paydays for Shakur Stevenson. If he keeps winning, and if his numbers start to bubble up, especially with this DAZN pay-per-view, right? Shakur Stevenson may be onto something. He may be onto something. If you're a headline attraction, you got to sell. If he can do, I think, in just 200,000, which I don't know if he can, but man, if he can just average about 200,000, he's onto something. Anyway, Devin Haney, I think he's pissed. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.